everyone. We're going to find the maximum and minimum values of this equation over the interval 0 to 2 pi. We're going to first use reference angles to simplify this. So for the first one, we have cosine of x, I'm not going to do the square yet, minus 3 pi divided by 2. All right, since we have this minus here, so these are flipped around, but it still equals negative sine of x. So when you square both sides, this is going to equal sine squared of x. All right, for this next one, we have 180 minus pi. So we have cosine of pi minus x. So that's 180 minus x, and that's going to give you negative cosine. Where's my 180 minus x? And it's cosine, so it's right here. All right, so that's going to equal negative cosine of x. Since it's squared, if you square both sides, that's going to give you cosine squared of x. All right, now the last one is this one, and that one is, that's just sine of x plus 2 pi. So when you're just adding 2 pi, that's just going to be sine of x. So basically, sine of x plus 2 pi, you're just going around in a complete circle. You're still going to be back at sine of x. All right, so therefore we can write this as substitution, our whole equation as sine squared of x minus 2 cosine squared of x minus 3 sine of x. All right, now what we want to do is write everything in terms of sine. So I'm going to use my Pythagorean identities and write this as sine squared of x minus 2 times 1 minus sine squared of x minus 3 sine of x. From there, I'm going to simplify it, and we're going to get this equals 3 sine squared of x minus 3 sine of x minus 2. Now to make this simpler, let's let sine of x, it's simpler to, it's simpler on the eye to do this versus all these signs. We can let that sine of x be big X. So therefore we would have y equals 3x squared minus 3x minus 2. All right. And this is for x is less than or equal to 1, or greater than or equal to negative 1, and less than or equal to 1. All right. So now what we want to do is complete the square on this. So what I'm going to do is write this as y plus 2 equals factor out of 3, and you're going to get x squared minus x. And when you complete the square, you're going to write plus half of this, so half of 1 is 1/2 squared. It's going to be 1/4. All right, so this is 3 times 1/4. Since we added 3/4 here, we have to add 3/4 here. All right, so simplifying this is going to be y plus, 8, this will be 11/4 equals, and now we have a perfect square trinomial, so I can write this as 3 times big X minus 1. You take half of this squared. And I'm going to go ahead and move this back over, minus 11 divided by 4. All right. Now that we have that, let's look at where x equals 1. Now when x equals 1, you substitute that in, you're going to get And let me subtract this. You're going to get y equals 3 times negative 1/2 squared minus 11/4. This is going to give you negative 2. And when x equals negative 1, we're going to get y equals 3 times negative 1, that'd be negative 3/2 squared minus 11/4. And this is going to equal 4. So we have those two values there. And now we have our equation as well. So basically, I did a little sketch of it. Let's write it down. Y equals big X minus 1/2 squared minus 11 divided by 4. All right. That means our vertex is at 1/2 comma negative 11/4 equals your vertex. That is right here. So I'll write this down here. This is 1/2 divided by negative 11/4. All right. At x is 1, we had negative 2. So this point here is 1 comma negative 2. And then when y was, or x is negative 1, we had 4. So this point here is going to be negative 1 comma 4. So from looking at the graph, we can see that our maximum value is 4 when x equals negative 1. Now our minimum value is going to occur at this vertex here. So there's your graph, because it's the smallest point there. So the maximum value is going to equal negative 11 divided by 4, and that's when your x is 1/2. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.